Hello everyone, Phoenix here. Welcome back to my channel. I am contemplating some things. Now, I'm just gonna show you what I go through and what I believe is happening. My soul self is setting up standards and morals that it desires to live by. And so the other day, well, maybe let me tell you the story first. And so when I was in Vegas, I was ordering food for my son in Texas, and he didn't get a lot of the items. I DoorDashed this stuff, and he didn't get a lot of the items. And so my son is not driving, and so he would have had to have, in order for me to reorder the food, the items that I didn't get, DoorDash did compensate me, right? But in order for me to reorder the items, I would have still wind up paying more money on the items, right? Because I would have to do the taxes all over again, and then the store fee, and then the tip, right? So I would have to pay all over again just because they left out these items, right? And even though, like I said, DoorDash did give me back the money, that happened twice. And sometimes when I get food from DoorDash, the quality of the food is terrible. And I'll be trying not to complain about it and just accept it as it is, because complaining about something, it doesn't bring any satisfaction to me. It actually lowers my vibration. I understand that complaining lowers my vibrational frequency, and so I don't do it. It is no point in it. And so I ordered some tacos today. And I order from this place quite often because they have the Berea pizza. And so my son likes that. And so today I ordered the tiny tacos because that's what I had the last time. And they were delicious. And so when I ordered 4 orders. Now, I knew that I wasn't gonna cook the rest of the day, and I figured we can just munch on these tiny tacos throughout the day, right? This time I got the carne asada kind with the habanero salsa. And so the only thing that comes on it is onions and cilantro, which was perfect the last time I ordered them. So me and my son, we decided to get that because I don't feel like cooking because I'm going to cook for Christmas. And so the tacos came and they were dried out, right? And it looked like they put grilled onions on there to make it look like the meat wasn't dried out, right? And so I have 4 orders of these. Now my son can eat, and he is a gamer, and he's up at night, and so he eats throughout the nighttime and the daytime, right? He's 20, so he likes to eat. And so 6 little bitty tacos come in there. And so I got 4 orders of them, right? And so when I bit into the taco, I put the lime sauce, the habanero sauce. It was hard. The meat was hard. The grilled onions tasted terrible. They tasted like grease. And so it took away from the experience, right? And so I've been fighting with this all day because I was trying I don't be like complaining when DoorDash, when they give me my food, because like I said before, I just won't eat it and I'll throw it away, and I would just waste money because I don't feel like driving sometimes, and I'll just throw the food away and it'll be wasted money. And so that's not the issue. The day before yesterday, something was coming up in me, and it was talking about getting my money back, or DoorDash will give your money back, or something like that. Now, I spent $40 and some change on this food. And so that was coming up for me yesterday and the day before yesterday. And I was like, what is this? Like, I don't know. Like, am I trying to like purposely like get over on something? I don't know. I was feeling weird about it. And so no shit, today came, and when I got my tacos, I was kind of disappointed, but I was more or less fed up that this has happened several occasions now. I know that they're fast food restaurants. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I get it. I get it. And so that's why I've never complained about the food that I've gotten. But something within me is telling me to stand up for myself, right? And so this is what I feel like, because I'm very kind-hearted. I can go above and beyond for others. Why others would try to, you know, disprove me or make me feel a type of way or take advantage of me, that happens a lot to me. But I don't do anything in return, because I know that that universal energy will go back on to the person, right? But in the meantime, while that is taking, you know, whatever it needs to take to happen, I can suffer a little bit because I'm an empath. You know, I can pick up on stuff like that, right? And so, yeah, I decided to, you know, put a complaint in with my order. And they were asking me, like, what was the difference? And I said, first of all, you gave me grilled onions, and you didn't give me that before. This is the second time, and the meat was dried out, and it was hard, and then it was like scraping against my gun. You know how like dried meat is? I don't know. And so DoorDash, they refunded my money. They sent me well, not all of it. They sent me $28 back, right? And so I just was like, okay. I use it as a credit. And so I was telling myself, like, I don't know if I'm gonna eat this, but I didn't want to throw it away. And I tried to eat it again, but it was, you know, whatever, right? And so upon my way to sleep, I was questioning my actions. And so I was just like, man, was my intuition telling me this was going to happen? And because I feel a type of way about doing something to someone or getting my lid back, is that opposite version of me, right? The hurt version of me that always felt like people, places, things can get over on me and nothing will come of it, right? And then this brings me to, I did a session for someone yesterday. Now my sessions are large. They last like 2.5 hours because we go over an in-depth construct reading, shadow integration. I talk about how the brain works and correlates, and why we keep producing the same thing over and over again, right? And so instantly I was feeling that way about the young lady. And I was kind of like, maybe it's me, you know, maybe I'm just tripping or whatever. This matches this, by the way. And so I was just like, because I did a reading for her daughter yesterday, and then I guess she must have told her mom about it, and then her mom wanted me to do one for her, right? Now, the lady reached out to me. She set up an appointment. We did one the very same day because I only had 2 spots available for after Christmas, was Friday and yesterday. And so I usually don't work on the weekend, on Sundays anyway, but I did this for the young lady because that's just the appointment that I gave to her, because I wanted to give her my undivided attention. And Sundays is my free days, and I'm connected all the time, but I felt like Sunday would be a good day for her, right? And I should have waited to do this, the mother's reading, to Friday, but I didn't. And I did it anyway. And so I'm checking in, you know, I'm asking Spirit, whatever needs to come, you know, show me. And come to find out, like, I have been dreaming. I already been dreaming them. I already dreamt them. That was the craziest thing, right? And so when I'm setting the intention, I'm sitting at my desk right here, and I'm getting into meditation, you know, channeling, singing with my ancestors, you know, asking the Holy Spirit to be with me and stuff like that. And so I instantly get disproved. Like, she wants to disprove you. And I was like, thinking I'm tweaking, right? And I was like, well, why would somebody want to do that? Like, I just thought it was weird. So we get on the video camera. She has a big ass bundle of sage, and she's like waving it across the camera. I get it, right? She has like the rune protection stone on her, and she's just making sure she put it in the camera and stuff. And I was just so like okay, like a little bit confused, but nevertheless we continued on. And I asked her, like, I was giving her what was coming up beforehand, and I was telling her, you know, and so she was just like, I feel like I missed something or something like that or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, she asked me when I was talking to her about like quantum physics theory. She said, do you know Bashar? I said, I'm familiar with him. I don't listen to him, but I'm familiar with it. And so she was like, oh, so you listen to Bashar? No, I don't listen to Bashar. I have no reason to listen to Bashar. All of my information comes from Spirit. There is no need for me to listen to Bashar. And this is something that I faced my entire awakening. People would just assume that I listen to other people. And it's not that we have the same thing, or maybe we do. I don't know, because I don't listen to these people. And when I tell the people who I listen to, I study philosophy, psychology, quantum physics, theology. I study about the body, the brain, the endocrine. I study things like that, right? And I don't listen to certain type of, and it's nothing against them. It's just something I don't do, because a lot of times, you know, we can get hooked on certain phrases, certain names, certain constructs, certain structures that don't even be for us, right? And so I've just always known to deal with my guides, with my son especially. My mom, she comes through the Holy Spirit, but for the most part, it's been the Holy Spirit and Source, and send the Master Yeshua. And so I even channeled Albert Einstein. I channeled Nikola Tesla. And so whatever I know, I guess Bashar speaks about it also, right? And so that energy, right? That energy. And then she says, I was like, well, you already are intuitive. You already are this. You already, because I don't teach. I just adjust crowns. Male or female, I just adjust your crown. There's no need for me to teach you anything. You already know these things. I just speak from a space of activation. I speak from a space for you all need to remember some things, right? Sometimes we forget because this physical realm is very dense. We can often forget, you know, what the fuck, who the fuck we are. And so I just speak empowerment. I speak to the soul. I speak from activation. I don't speak from fear. I don't speak from lack or trying to tear someone down. I don't have no reason to do that. I don't do it within myself anymore. Okay, I'm not around people that does that to me. And so I thought it was really strange that that happened. And so she was asking, like, can we video record the session? My nervous system went like, ugh, like, no. Like, why would you want to video record my session? And then she mentioned she had a TikTok page. And so I just thought it was just so weird. And so the way that I guess people can project on you. Okay, we know that already, right? And just like with this food, right? I was trying to make sure that I was operating integral wise when I reported the food. I don't want to be in that space of energy, in that type of way. Not to take away, there was a good session. It was a good session for her. And so, but I got off the conversation feeling really, really weird. Like, why would somebody want to do that? Like, what's your point in that? Like, and if, you know, I get sometimes we need some guidance. Sometimes we need some help. Sometimes, you know, we can be too close to it to where we need to contact someone else. But if you're contacting someone just to disprove them because you feel like you know more than someone, I think that says a lot for people characters. Not just this particular lady, because maybe that wasn't a reason. Maybe that's a fear that I have within me, that someone would try to disprove me, because that's been something that has been happening to me my whole fucking life. So maybe she came into my reality for me to see that, right? And so I get it. I get life is a lesson. I asked her deeper questions. What's the deeper meaning behind it? Things like that, so that I'm not operating from a space of non-loyalty, non-integrity, right? And this what brought me to the food thing, right? I don't want to be in that space of trying to, even with the store, because it wasn't a driver's problem. It was the store that gave me the type of food, right? And so I was asking myself, like, damn, am I creating karma for myself? Like, but because I work like this, right? Is someone going to say, oh, I didn't give them a good reading because they have been getting shitty readings for a while, and I'm the one that it gets taken out on, like the food thing. And so these are the things that I ponder with, right? And so I had to give you the background thing so that you can know, right? And so it was just like the conversation we had, because the false God card had came out. And so she was like, yeah, I asked Spirit to reveal you to me. But this was funny. I'm reading your energy. We're not reading my energy. So whoever you're listening to is the reason you're contacting me. Because you don't know, right? You believe and you missed out on something because you don't know a thing. Not me. Like, you're putting in, she just was saying, like, she a medium and she waits for confirmation from Spirit. Like, ask Spirit everything. That's not how it works. You are in co-creation with Spirit, right? So you do, and Spirit follows. Spirit makes sure that it is in alignment or it's not in alignment. So whoever you're listening to that's telling you that you should ask Spirit for everything, every decision, every choice that you make, that's the false God. And so when I lined up the cards for her, it showed that listening to false God, it shows the inner elevation, like from false God to inner alchemy soul's alignment to sacred union. And so the card spoke for itself. Like, I wasn't telling her anything that she didn't already know. I just be so confused by people like that. I don't know. That's neither here nor there. Okay, but in the line of business that I do, that's what entails with it. There is people out there like that, and there's no judgment. It's just the weirdity of it. And so I was just asking myself, with this food, am I weird? And there's no judgment. She can feel whatever she want to feel, right? If she felt like, because yeah, there are a lot of people that are false, that claim to be something they're not. That happens. That's why Spirit has me reading my energy before I start, right? So that definitely happens. So I was sitting with my ancestors. I lit a candle for clarity, and I was sitting with my ancestors earlier. And so when I went in the closet, because my altar is in my closet, the candle was flickering really fast, like attention, like getting my attention. And so I came out to pour the energy of what my ancestors were saying. These are the cards that came out: Crown Games and Right Use of Power. Fortune's Wheel, Luck and Right Timing. Rest and Renewal. Dragon's Hoard, Protecting the Future, right? Empty Wheel, Time to Replenish, Lay of the Land, Ancestral Knowledge, right? Eye of the Needle, Intentionality, Walls and Obstacles. And so I instantly felt like someone was intentionally trying to be in that space with me, which I'm not surprised, because that happens to me quite often. And you see how that water just turned on like that? Give me a second. That water just turned on by itself like that. It was low, but it just turned up. And so it's like, yeah, man, confirmation. My ancestors, like, they're protecting me. If someone is trying to create obstacles for me. And then I noticed that last night my dream was hit or miss or whatever. And I dreamed really well. And I asked the lady, like, do you dream? Like, your dreams don't show you? She said, I don't dream. I can't remember my dream. I haven't remembered my dream in I don't know how long. And I just thought that was weird, because most people like us dream. And I didn't even say nothing. I just didn't think much of it until after I got off the session with her, because I wanted to be 100% of Spirit. So I didn't, but Spirit did bring that to my attention. And then the bottom of the deck energy was Disowned Self, Root Girl. And so I feel like we're getting to the bottom of my energy. And then teachability. So this is a teachable moment for me. I didn't even see these cards. Moving out of stagnation. And this is an opportunity. And then we have forgiveness. So taking a bold step forward. So yes, I forgive people. I always forgive people. And that's the thing. Forgiveness is in my heart. I don't know how to not to forgive someone. I don't know how not to care for someone. I don't know how not to be loving with someone. And it was hard for me to even rate that store. Like, I didn't give it a thumbs down. I just told them that, you know, this not how this it's not the same food you gave me the last time, right? Don't know. And so I think, as I was stating before, I am setting some boundaries. Like, my ancestors are teaching me to set boundaries. My ancestors are teaching me to put up protection in my outside reality and just stop letting things just happen to me. Like, they're like telling me, like, you have a say. You say so. You can say so. And because I'm always just, don't worry about it. It's okay. You can do this. And, you know, I have that energy about me. And so I think they're trying to show me, like, how to stand up for myself. And so it's just funny. Like, it's very funny to me. Yeah. I don't know how else to say this. It's funny. And it's also like I'm wrestling with this, like that version of me that's wrestling with being taken advantage of and allowing things to just fuck with me and me not do anything about it, because, or me not speaking up for myself. And so it's just funny. And I pulled some runes about my energy, wealth and investment venue. Magic and inspiration. I'm kind of getting like mirroring effect. Luck, chance, and mystery. Wow. This is in my energy. People and relationships, right? I wonder what house this is that I'm working through. Like, which house is this? That's relationship. And I understand this could be like childhood stuff, even past life stuff I'm working through. This could be third house energy. Nope, seventh house energy. Partnership, relationship, and contracts. And then today was Monday, right? So this is something that was hidden from me, right? And so I'm seeing things for what they really are. Oh, I have a blue candle. I'm seeing things for what they really are right now. Like seeing the truth of things, of how I am, like, could be like leaking energy, or just like a power source or whatever, for like standing up for myself, right? And so I can see that, how that's happening. And so I wanted to talk to you all about this. You know, I'm kind of like that open book, okay? I am a reflector. This is how I reflect on things. And like I said, I think my soul self, my ancestors, is trying to show me how to, it'd be like the little things that you can do. Like, who knows, just by me setting an intention, you know, with the food thing, you know, like, I'm not taking this shit no more, right? I'm just not accepting anything. We have the element of water here, flow, okay? And then we have spiritual clearance. And so I'm not surprised, you know, because you know how people are. You know, people is the horseshoe. People don't want, like, and, you know, I gave her daughter a reading. Why she didn't go to her mom to get a reading, right? I even asked her that, and she was like, well, I wanted to get someone else's view from a different perspective, right? I get it. Home. What about my home spirit? And so I get it, you know. I don't know. But these are the things that I contemplate, because there's a deeper meaning to it, and there's a lesson in it. Okay? Karmic path. What is the karmic path? Release from a karmic path. Yes, and that's what I was saying. I didn't want to be on a karmic path. That's what I was telling my guides. Like, because of what I did, right? Like with the food, I didn't want to be on a karmic path. I don't like to re-rotate karma. If I know that I'm clear of something, I try to stay on a path of where I'm not creating anything but magic in this reality. It is possible. Okay? It definitely is, because I'm in that energy, right? And so that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, did I create a karmic path for myself by me with the food, right? And so I just came on here to talk to you all about this because, look, good fortune. Of the things that I contemplate and how, you know, when I get these like lessons, teachable lessons, the energy. Oh, this is my primordial ancestor element of air is here. Because I was looking at that today. Yeah, and then I have magic. And the talisman. There's a key of transformation that is happening here. I'm so grateful because look at my divinity. I'm grounded in my divinity. And so I just was making sure that I wasn't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something. I've seen this somewhere, this 7-pointed star. I watch a lot of science shit. And so I seen this on a science thing, a show that I was watching, and they were talking about the 7-pointed star. I don't know if that's Da Vinci. There's a relief for me, okay? If you all are worried about me, we gonna get through it, okay? Gratitude candle. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even this blue Messiah energy, 7-pointed. This is 7 points. And so this energy has been with me for a while. I have been seeing those 7-pointed stars. I did put up to, after I got off I had a client today, and the session went really well. And so I went to lay across the bed so I can like ground myself. And so I suddenly had an inkling to go outside. And so when I came here to make sure that I was okay to go outside, I said, something within me said, what made you want to go outside? Did you feel like you just need to go outside? And I was like, oh yeah. And they were like, pay attention to that the next time. So I go outside for a walk, and I just see an eagle. Now, I don't see eagles around here. I see hawks, all type of hawks. The last time I saw an eagle, oh, spirit, I was on my way here to Texas, and I only had a few $1,000 in my pocket, and that was money for this place, money for the drive, and money to stay in a hotel, and money for food. And the budget was tight, and I was feeling a type of fear that was coming up between me and my son. And I was like, well, maybe we should turn back around. Maybe I should wait till I get paid. You know, I already got the apartment. I could just give them the money for the apartment. That sense of fear came up within me. And then no shit, a big ass eagle came swooping past my sunroof. Me and my son was looking like, and we looked at each other. And we sat back like this. That was the last time I saw an eagle, and that was like almost 3 years ago. 2 years ago, right? And so I leave out the house. I hear look up. I look up, and I was like, damn, is that an eagle? And I was like, holy shit, it sure is. And then as I'm going on my walk, I'm taking a picture. And as I zoom out the picture, there was another eagle standing right there, eagle. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, look at you all just sitting there watching me like, I don't know. I'm a sucker for that type of stuff. I love animals. And so I was just like, whoa, just so excited. Like, yeah, inner vision. I was so excited, okay? Like, yeah, golden treasures. So I was seeing with clarity, creative spark, conscious words. And then I'm not surprised by this because we have air and magic. Words, putting them in the air. And then we have air. So it's like I need to be careful about my words. That's why that water came on when I said about people doing things against me. I can speak that into existence. So that's something they're trying to get me to see. Magic, creative spark. And so, tree of life. So I'm being fed from the tree of life right now. And so I come on here and show you all this, right? Because I want you all to see, right? And then we have false god and willpower. Power to rebel against this energy, right? And so, yeah. This energy scares me. But wow, Spirit, you guys are crazy. Authenticity. Mask. This is the first mask to fall off. Wow. Let me pull some tarot on this. But this is how I read for me. And this is why I'm coming on here talking to you all about this. If you're faced with issues, if you're faced with some things and you're not sure about things, okay, everything is a learning experience. This is how I treat my physical reality, as a teachable moment, because it is. And when you go with the flow of life in this particular way, this is how it works for me. It cuts down on your karmic path, okay? What is this false god? What's the false god? King of Pentacles. What's the King of Pentacles? I heard it, but I want to make sure I heard that. Being able to distinguish from the way you are in this world between what you taught, what you were learned, what you was taught, opposed to your inner intuition, your childlike space, being able to embody that. And this is something that was coming up for me about my embodied intuition. Like I'm understanding more of my embodied intuition with my guys, the Three of Pentacles. Yeah. And they've been helping me see that Nine of Pentacles. Thank you. So are you. They've been helping me see this, okay? My intuition. They've been helping me. Queen of Cups. Yeah, they definitely have. been assisting me. My mom, I heard you loud and clear. Wow. My mom was a Scorpio. So Queen of Cups. And look, the Wheel of Fortune. They've been helping me with this. And your guys, they are willing to help you. I promise you, they are willing to help you. They want to help you. Okay? They want you to do great things. Look at this shit. What I say. They want to help you. They want you to do great things. They want you to manifest goodness. Great things. They want to see you do it differently. Okay? Because when they come back, you're creating wealth for them to come back and actually have the life that they deserve to live while they were here, right? And so that's something I'm grateful to be grateful to do for my ancestors. I really am. Like, I'm grateful that they entrusted me with this. Even though it's kind of fucking me up a little bit in the beginning because I didn't understand. But the more I listen to them, okay, the more I am in a space of reassurance, because I can't do it alone. Like, I can't do it by myself. You know, I actively go to them and ask them, my higher self. And so you just have to pay attention. You got to pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. And they say we sent you double confirmations, like on the cards. Double confirmations. Guys are funny. And so I'm grateful for that. Yeah. And so this is how I get my answers about things that I contemplate sometimes. Even like my interactions with people. I'm always checking in with my energy, checking in with myself. Divinity is here, right? To making sure that I am operating out of a space of integrity. And that's something that you can do for yourself. And this is why my guides have me doing this way. Because it brings balance to me. And not only does it bring balance to you, it brings balance to the other person, to where you're not holding them to something, okay? And you're not purposely holding them to something. Like I said about the lady, I didn't care, like, if she was trying to disprove me. I understand that my guides will always have my back, to where I don't care, like, what people will try to come against me. I just care about how I operate in the transaction. That's my thing, how I operate in the transaction. Whatever somebody else does, that has no concern over me. And so that is something that I've noticed that I've been releasing from me. And I think I have released that from me. But maybe I could have released that from me in a way to where I still didn't fully integrate the energy enough to where I understood it. And so I'm not here to decode people. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to decode my interactions with a person. I'm here to study how I am in relation to that energy. If it takes me out of my body, if it takes me out of my center, if it pulls me back from a state of observing, like how it makes me feel in my body. It's like I'm my own little science project, so to speak. My guides are funny. And so I am my own, project. I don't care about others in that sort of sense, to where I'm worried about somebody else's shit. And so I think also, what I heard, they're trying to get me to understand that I am safe to practice, to do what it is that I do. I am safe to do it. And when I set up these boundaries, because they were like, it's only so much they can do in this realm. I have to do little conscious things like that. And that's what this is about, like showing you how to set up energetic boundaries, right? Without having to cuss somebody out or something like that, right? I don't know how to say that. Without having to, but for me, it came in a point of my food. It's always, it happens, and I don't fight about it. I just feel like, well, I should have went and got my own food. Well, maybe it is this time. It is like 4 o'clock. So maybe, they kind of running out of food and stuff like that. Like, I always be giving like excuses like that. And so I know my guys are like my ancestors are like, bitch, no. Like, how can we help you if you're not helping yourself? And it's like, you keep allowing things like that to happen, and it's just like you're giving that type of energy permission to continue. And it's an energetic thing. That's what they keep reminding me. It's not about the person. It's about the energy. It's never about the person. It is about the energy. The person is only a mask. It is the energy behind the action, the energy behind the person, right? And so, wow, that's why they be having me read my energy to you all so you can see the energy behind this, right? Yeah, but that was the message. The lesson, I guess, yeah, how I work out things that I need answers to so that I can go to sleep, because I can't go to sleep if it's not figured out. And it's like 3 in the morning here. I took a nap earlier and I woke up like at 9:30, 10 o'clock. And so I just released. This wasn't a sleepy yarn. And so I tried to go back to sleep because my body feel tired. That's why the rest and renewal cards was out here, right? Because my body, I feel tired. And it's like my guide, my ancestors are like, you need to go to sleep. Look, rest and renewal. And so when I need to go to sleep, look, empty wheel, time to replenish, right? And they like, we got you while you get some rest, right? And so I couldn't go until I figured this thing out. It's just the way my brain processes things. So my brain won't allow me to, it won't shut off if something is not translated. If the brain doesn't compartmentalize it, if it's unresolved, the brain won't do it. And that's something that I noticed about my PTSD, like the military PTSD. It's like my brain, it'll replay snippets, and it's like it's breaking that energy down bit by bit or whatever, but it won't process it. But it won't let me go to sleep until I process it. This is something that needed to be processed right now. I'm hearing that in my ears. And so, namaste, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I just wanted to talk to you all about, so you can see how I decode things that I'm working on. And to some people, that may be small as hell. They're like, bitch, that's the least of your problems. Because I operate integral. And so I like to stay that way. I don't want to, that's important to me. And so my soul likes purity. My soul is pure. Well, my soul, because you are pure, okay? You are pure. And it's just like getting the mind, getting the brain to process your purity so that it can finally see you as pure. Because remember the disconnect from the body and the mind, right? The disconnect in it. And so it's like the brain is processing the purity so that it can see it as purity. So that makes sense. Wow. Yeah. So it can start relaying the messages of purity so that the mind can create purity, focus on purity. So that makes sense. I hope this was able to help you. Namaste. Take care, you guys. Now I can get in the shower and go to sleep. I love you all. Bye.